live from the Motel 6 in Rancho Mirage, California. It's Buffalo Buffalo. It's Buffalo, 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 yeah! All right, welcome back one more time, and only one more time, and then we're canceling this show forever after this week. No, just one last episode ever of Buffalo Buffalo. No, it's Buffalo Buffalo. This is episode like 748 or something like that. I don't know. Time is a construct. I don't know how many we've done, but you know the drill. Unless this is your first ever episode listening, and then welcome. What a just random time to jump on, but welcome.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here with us.
I am the game master this week, Paik, and joining me this week, as they join me every week, whether I'm game master or not, Daphne, Jeff, and Jerry. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
See you later, folks.
Bye, son.
Bye. That's all the time we have for this week. If you like what you heard, you can know.
Oh my goodness, that's my part.
Subscribe to Daphne's Spotify.
Mm-hmm. I figure we've been finding like all these like goofy named places and stuff, and I was like, what if I just bring it back down to basics?
Yeah, you could do that.
Clearly he can.
That works.
Yep.
Yes, he can do whatever he wants because he's the game master this week.
He is.
Yeah.
Next week it's me, and I already have a game figured out, so I'm excited.
Yeah. I had
to just do yours instead.
Yeah.
No, it's not quite ready. It's just I thought
I had a really.
Is it? Are you getting it ready to be ready?
Is it ready to be ready?
No, I don't have time to work on it. Probably
it's not ready to be ready yet, but hopefully by next week it will be ready.
Yes.
To be ready.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope to have it ready.
We're going to drive that into the ground.
You are. You're beating the horse, and
the horse is dead, and it's just
fucking tent spike.
We gotta stop, please.
Yeah, I thought I had a really fun idea for a game this week, and then I tried to make it work, and it just wouldn't. Now I feel like I have some kind of Russian spies watching up me because I tried to make this game work. I don't know. So
you might.
What was the game?
Part of me wants to like keep it a surprise in case I find a way to make it work, but
sure, why not?
No, you know what? I'll say if I can make it work, but then it was weird. So I wanted to take well-known song lyrics and then run it through Google Translate through like 5 or 6 different languages and then back into English to make it like ridiculous. And then you have to try to guess.
I've done that before.
But I would run it through, and then when I'd go through like 7 different languages, and then when I would get back, it would be in English. You'd go, "Don't worry, we're just trying to contact you. We just want in touch with..." I was like, that's not what... And it would be the same thing every time. I was like, that's not... And it was through the Google Translate app, and I'm like, I'm scared. So then I just did Google Translate through the browser, and then even, like, I guess Google Translate's getting too good, because then even when I wasn't finding really creepy, cryptic messages instead of song lyrics... I'd run them like through 7 different languages, and it was still way too close to the original, to where I was like, yeah, it's not even, it's getting too good. Yep. So.
Need the old days of Babelfish.
Yep.
Oh, Babelfish.
But I still might find a way to make that concept work.
Nothing came out right.
Alta Vista, I think, was responsible for that. And now it's part of Google, I think. Yeah.
Yep. So this week, I was like, well, I gotta come up with something. So tried and true, Faithful was just returning to a part 2 of something because I had it ready to go from last time when we did Dropout's Dirty Laundry, where you guys sent in a bunch of secrets with fun stories behind them about yourselves, and then I will present them to you, and then you have to guess who it belongs to, because I had a bunch left over from last time, so we can just... I've got them. We can do them. But before we get into that, we can talk about something else if you want to.
I don't want to talk.
No.
I'm
done talking.
Anybody's got anything fun? No? Okay.
Nothing fun.
Well,
There's nothing fun going on at all.
Okay, well, I was not called in for jury duty.
Okay.
Which is good.
Hooray, Jerry.
Yeah, and then for the next maybe 3 weeks, I think it's going to take, more or less. Let me see, hang on. For about 3.5 to 4 weeks, we're going to be out in the field doing field work. We're going to be digging,
like sowing seeds and hoeing the roads and that kind of thing. Or...
No, we're doing. We're locating utility stuff, and so this is part of my.
You have to locate it, so you have to go out and find it.
No, a contractor.
So then you just go out there and you're like, "Oh, I found the utilities."
No, a contractor.
Do you use a metal detector for that, or sort of utility detector for that?
No, they have tracer wires in some of these utilities. And
do you wear a utility belt?
Yes, I wear a utility
That's
belt.
awesome. Great.
That helps.
Yeah.
No,
but as part of signing, as part of putting my signature on these plans, I have to be out there. So
now, if you go to a location where you think one of these utilities is at, but then you follow it around for a while and then it turns out it wasn't there, that's a utilities, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I love it.
Okay.
That's such a Jerry pun. The 30-second drive.
I just found it.
Oh, man.
Well, no, if they're they're very these are very localized construction spots, so they're not going to be we don't have to locate big lengths of these things because we're not doing that. It's still going to take you 4 weeks to locate them. So there's 100.
They must be pretty well hidden.
No, we know roughly where they're at, but there's 106 holes that have to be.
So they're all underground.
Yeah, all under.
So they're not hiding up in the utilitrees.
Yeah, and that'll. Okay. What's wrong, Daphne? Is Daphne gonna pass out?
I know. It's like
Daphne's gonna pass out.
I feel especially powerful tonight because I've never seen Daphne laugh at puns. She usually just hates people for telling them, so it's nice.
I can't.
How much have you had to drink tonight, Daphne?
Oh man,
0, because I'm driving in 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Is it 2 hours? Yeah, in about little over 2 hours, I'm driving to the bus.
You're driving to the bus.
And then she's going to drive
to the bus station.
Wow, nice.
Sure.
But she can't go under 50 miles an hour at any time.
Nope.
No.
I'm actually flying to Wichita tonight because I'm going
So you're driving a bus or flying a plane? Which one are you doing?
No, she's going to drive the bus and then get on the plane and fly it to Wichita.
I think this plane is off the rails.
You're going to Wichita?
Yes.
Far from this opera forevermore?
Yeah.
I'm going to Kansas. I'm going to photograph a figure skating competition. I was supposed to fly out today, or Monday, and I couldn't because of a storm. So I had to switch everything to today. So I'm going to be flying out at 7 a.m., but I have to take a bus to Boston.
She's shipping up to Boston.
And then the flight. Yes. Yep. So.
Yeah, so you get your bus
going on.
Yeah, so your bus is going to leave the harbor to the airport. Then you're going to get on the plane take it off the rails into Wichita.
Jerry, I think you have the scrambled brain because none of that makes sense to me.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I followed it.
Daphne, we're a little worried about you flying this plane if you didn't understand that.
Yeah. Are you in shape to be flying a plane to Wichita right now?
No. No.
I mean, she's laughing at puns. No. Dogs and cats living
Something's
together.
Wrong.
No. Oh, I got. I'm calling it right now. This Daphne is not our real Daphne. Daphne, is there like a husk of your body somewhere and then like an empty pod?
No, not at all.
Why does everybody keep accusing that of happening to me?
I don't know. I am just it's been a very long day and there's been a lot going on and I may or may not just be at the point where lots of things that never made me laugh before are making me laugh now. Mm-hmm. Fair enough, right?
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, Paige.
Well, let's get into some dirty laundry. Again, shout out to Dropout TV for not allowing me, but just having this game that exists that I can rip off.
What if you got those in? A hat.
Same thing you had it in last time.
Hold on. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. When we finish an episode, I just completely wipe it all out of my
completely
memory.
gone. Yeah.
See,
I've
I
been doing
usually
a
do that.
Flash.
I usually do that while I'm recording the episode. I've already forgotten where we're
Okay.
live from
Yeah.
or who's even the game master this week.
Yeah.
It's my game, right?
I can't. Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
Flictionary Part 2.
no.
Oh, God.
No. There should never have been a part 1, Jerry.
All right.
Part 1 is something that I will never forget.
Yeah. Speaking of part 2s, we'll get to. Or do 20 minutes go by?
Meg is moving us along. That
Long episode.
has he been taken over by some sort of pod person because he's moving things
You
along?
gotta keep that
in the
plane on the
episode.
rails, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
trying.
not how things go. But okay.
Trying to keep that. There's a boat on the rails. I watched Wallace and Gromit the other night.
Yes.
What the hell was that? There's a giant boat bridge
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
That was interesting.
And a chicken.
Anyway, and a chicken or a nun. We don't know.
Could be a nun.
Could be a nun. All right. Niche. Only if you've seen the freaking Wallace and Gromit.
If you
movie.
haven't seen Wallace
anyway.
and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, go and see it. It's on Netflix.
It's
It's fun. It's like an hour and a half, and
Yes.
it's fun. So Daphne would not enjoy it.
Nope.
Maybe tonight I would.
That seems like it. All right. So for anybody listening that didn't listen to the part 1 of this, or just for a little recap if you did, yeah, I was sent in secrets, just kind of about the players' lives here, things that they did in the past. Nothing too crazy, or maybe some of them are. Who knows? But basically, I will set it up in the form of a question of who did this thing, and then they will try to, converse among themselves and guess who it was. If they are able to correctly identify the holder of that secret, they will get a point. However, if the secret is about them, and they are able to successfully fool the other 2 players into guessing somebody else, and they go unguessed, they get 3 points. I might have also stuck in a secret or 2 about myself. Who knows? So, with that, and I've got just some leftover from the ones you sent me for round 1, we'll get into it. And I think I got rid of all the ones from before, so there shouldn't be any repeats.
Not that I would remember. Anyway.
All right. So this one. Who convinced their sibling to stick their mother's maxi pads all over the bathroom? A second time.
A second time. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Who
God.
would possibly do something like that? I never would do that.
No, you have to understand, my mother would kill me if I did that. Do you know how expensive those are?
Not really, but I know they're expensive.
Actually, no.
Actually, no. Don't have that.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she would have killed me if I did that.
Oh gosh.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling just off the top of my head, I'm kind of leaning Pake on this one.
Interesting.
Well, he does have 2 brothers, and he is mischievous.
He is mischievous. It's true.
Who, me? Never.
Jerry, what
Yeah.
are your thoughts?
I'm thinking Daphne.
I have just told you that my mother would have killed me. I would not
Yeah.
be here to do this podcast.
Okay, so you've been replaced a second time. This is not
Okay.
your first go at this.
Wow.
No, my mom would have killed me if I did that. Oh, man.
Well, are you?
I did some ridiculous things. Like, I went over to a friend's house and didn't tell her I was going, and she thought I was missing, and I was in trouble. Big trouble. I did not want to piss my mother off.
Right,
I would
let's
never.
mark off the next one that I was going to do, which is
No.
who went to a friend's house without telling their mother, and
No.
they thought they were missing out.
Because no one else has ever
I'm
gone over
not.
to a friend's house without telling their parents before.
Yeah.
Got in so much
still
trouble.
I'm still sticking by Daphne on this one.
Yeah, I think
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
going
so
to
why?
go and Pake.
All right, so Daphne, what is your final guess?
I have to go with Pake.
Okay.
I'm actually,
That
I'm still
is
going to keep it as Pake.
2 for me.
I'm still keeping it as Pake, but I'm really starting to feel like it's Daphne.
All right, well, 2 votes for me, 1 vote for Daphne. Will the person who convinced their sibling to stick their mother's maxi pads all over the bathroom a second time let themselves be known?
Yeah, of course it was.
That would be me. Okay, so he did it once, and I didn't tell him to do it, and it was hilarious. So I got him to do it again.
And he got in trouble, and your mother killed him.
No, he didn't
So-
get in
oh,
trouble.
so
the
the
brother's
brother's
been
been
replaced.
replaced.
Yes.
Okay.
The whole time. Oh, man.
No. I loved my brother. Like, he's...
I like the past tense usage there.
No. My brother... No, I loved him. I mean, I love him. He's...
I loved him until my mother murdered him after he did the maxi pad thing.
I love my new brother, too.
Oh my god. He was... Josh... No, as a kid is what I'm talking about. When
Those
he was
few
a
years
kid.
he had on this earth.
My poor brother. I mean, there are things that... He was just such a fun little brother to have. He really was. As a kid, he was great. He's now the dad to my 2 nieces, and I adore them. Like, they're just the most amazing things.
They are pretty
and
amazing.
They are so amazing. But my brother and I have always been close, and that was just one thing that I did. Like, it was kind of dumb, but...
I would have hoped that there was more things you did as a kid.
That was literally the only
did,
thing that
yeah.
ever happened.
No. Not
Alright, so
much
after that
happens on an
round-
island.
After that round, so that is a point for Jerry. After round 1 there.
I can't believe this.
Daphne, you have a very strong
Jerry.
tell, which is the, what do you think that's me for? How can you possibly think that's me? That's ridiculous.
How dare you? What an
And now
insane thought.
that you've told me that that's what it is, thank you very
You're
much,
welcome.
Steph. You've just given me the ammunition that I need to be able to
No problem.
have a better poker
No
face.
problem.
Survive and adapt. All right, next round. Who interrupted a drug deal while dressed as a clown?
There's so much to this story.
It's a lot. I'm curious. I need to know.
Daphne.
Okay.
Daphne did it.
Okay, Jerry, if that's what you think.
This
I know what I think.
is Pake.
I know what I
This is
think.
Pake.
This has to be Pake.
What? Me?
It has
This
to be
is
you.
Pake, and I am going to go as far as to say that it was at Halloween or around Halloween while he was working at the haunted house.
Yes.
That's what I'm going
Okay.
with. That's
Okay.
I'm going
Yeah.
as that far with it.
Yeah, he can do the clown voice very well.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what you're talking about now.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Whatever you say.
Oh, man. At least he's not pretending to be Lil Boss. That's something you should be very afraid of. Lil Boss was... I've heard stories from him about Lil Boss.
Little boss.
No boss.
Lil Boss.
All right. So yeah, final guesses in here.
Pake.
So
Oops, this way. Pake.
Jeff.
Pake.
Pake.
Okay.
Oh, Pake. In this way, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Daphne.
Oh, it's you.
Me?
It's Pake.
Okay. Well, will the person who interrupted a drug deal while dressed as a clown please make yourself known?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I
I love
Yeah,
I
no,
love
that was
this.
finally the first one that came up. That
Yeah.
is mine.
I love it. It's a great story. Tell us.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
I did this
I
one.
thought about that after, where it's like, yeah, I think I've mentioned my time, 8 years working at a haunted house. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's 2 points for me.
Is around Halloween, yeah, we would just do like
Drug deals.
yes, we do drug deals as part of getting people. And by this 8th, and you also get into the house tonight. But we would like go around to different like community things. We were like in like the local like parade around that time, a fall parade, and we would just like do different things to promote. And so there was a concert going on in town, just like a bunch of like metal bands and stuff that were playing. So we figured, a group of us from the haunted house would go up in costume and like go to the show and promote, and be like, hey, after the concert, come to the haunted house, like, this weekend or whatever. And so, like, we get there early enough where, like, a lot of people are hanging outside in line before the doors open. And we're just, like, talking and hanging out with people. And, yeah, I don't know if I could even... You mentioned something clown voice. I don't know if I could even tap back into that. It's been so long. But, yeah. Basically, just coming on in and doing all that, And, just talking to people, doing what we could. And, yeah, so we were, like, talking to people. And so it's just that, like, I was probably 14, 15... 16, something like that. So it's just like, I'm like, all right, I'm in mode where I'm like looking for groups of people hanging around, standing around each other, talking, and then come up and do my little shtick and like invite them to the haunted house and just be goofy and be in character. And so I go around the back side of the building and there's like a few people standing around there. And it was that same thing where immediately like I walked up to them like, hey, how you doing? And like you could see them all like stop and then like they're putting things quietly putting things back and they're like, yeah, okay, cool. All right. And it was the most uncomfortable, and they're just like, okay, can you please leave kind of thing. And so when it was done, I'm like walking back, and then my friend that was like with me, he was like, I tried to stop you from walking up, did you not? And then I'm like looking back, I was like, oh. Like,
no, you can't.
Like,
it's impossible. Sometimes it's impossible to stop Paik from doing something that he shouldn't do.
Oh my gosh!
If I get into a mode, then it's gonna happen.
You can't.
Oh boy!
So yeah, definitely. That's what it was.
That's a good one.
Man, that's great.
All right. Let's get the next one. All right. Oh yeah, and so that was a point for all three of you. There, you got me nailed. All right. Who was shocked by an electric fence at an ostrich farm?
Oh my goodness.
Where are ostrich farms?
I can tell you that there are no ostrich farms in Maine.
There's no ostrich farms where I am, but I'm probably within a couple of hours of here. I don't know. I can't say that I've ever researched the locations of ostrich farms.
Well, I know where a pepperidge farm is.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Oh, yeah, this feels like...
Daphne.
This feels
man.
like Paik, but it could be Jerry.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I believe this one's is a solid Paik.
And if it was yours, Jerry, you would absolutely say that.
True. You would probably not say, this is definitely me.
You know what? So I think I remember that happening to me. It's me. Yeah.
Do I get a point?
Deflect.
But I said, like they have addressed on Dropouts Dirty Laundry, you don't get a point for guessing yourself if it is you. So
no,
it's not a great maneuver.
Oh man,
It'd be better to guess yourself and be wrong.
Right. So yeah, final answers. Jerry.
I'm gonna say you pick.
Okay, Jeff.
Yeah, I think it's Paik.
All right, and Daphne.
I'm gonna say Paik.
Gosh, okay. You think I would have two in a row?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have any last time, so there have to be more in there that are yours.
Well, I guess, the person who was shocked by an electric fence at an ostrich farm let themselves be known. Yeah, it was me. Once again, another one. You're gonna all... Do I have a tell? What's going on?
No. It's just they're unique and...
Very me. That sounds like a big thing that would happen.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and there's not like a super great story behind that. I was a kid. It might have been one of my first my introduction to electric fences. Did not get the idea on that. Yeah, we were visiting some like I don't even know, like family, friends, or something. I guess I've told stories connected to this same situation on other podcasts, but me and Daphne even guested on, where I think it was one of the first times I ever saw the movie Jurassic Park. Mm-hmm. And so we have the electric fence of it all, and then the ostriches are very raptor-like in a cages, like, and like stuff, and fenced in the backyard of the house, and like we were like this little ranch we were staying on. And then we watched Jurassic Park, and so I had terrible nightmares that whole night, mixed with the raptorness of the birds and the movie and the electric fence, and it all just blended together into my head, and it was a terrible time. But yeah, it was literally like the ostriches was really cool, but it was like one of those things where it was like I just wanted to like walk up and try to feed them or whatever, and it was like one of those like before my parents even had a chance to stop me, they're like, "Don't touch the end." I'm like, "Ah!" And it's like, yeah, that's. What are you?
I wish I could have seen that.
Man, it was. I don't think I've ever touched an electric fence since, so learning a lesson for sure.
So you went to go see these murder chickens. So.
Yeah. It was cool.
And they tried to kill you.
All right, so point for... Yeah. With electric abilities. It was crazy.
Yeah, so they were electric ostriches.
Yeah.
On Electric Avenue?
Uh-huh.
No, don't whiz on the electric fence.
You didn't whiz on it, did you?
I thought of that just now.
I did.
No,
it was on my mind too, Daphne. That's what I always think of.
It's a Ren and Stimpy thing.
I always think of when someone says electric fence.
Yep.
No.
Ren and Stimpy.
All right, next secret. Who was caught by game wardens while spotlighting deer and was sent to court for it?
That's interesting.
Who lives in a state where there's a lot of hunting?
No, I never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of good spots in California too.
Yeah, but let's point out the mainer, because
Well, you are the main event, Daphne.
It's true.
Maybe.
Okay.
For some reason, I think this is something Jerry would do when he was younger.
So somebody was like writing a piece in a paper about deer. They're spotlighting them.
That's my assumption. Yeah. Maybe the deer were on stage.
The game wardens were like, "Hey, they did not consent to this interview."
Maybe the deer were like performing Shakespeare in the park or something like that, and you're rigging the lighting.
Yeah, you need some.
They were doing a production of.
It's like, this is a union job only. You're not part of that. You got to go.
They were, I believe, doing a production of King Deer.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Jeff.
All right. Yeah.
I'm going with Jerry because I think that.
Yeah,
it's got to be him.
I'm torn between Jerry and Pink for a third time in a row.
What?
Wouldn't
really?
that be something if I could keep 3 in a row? That's not possible.
I mean, it very much is.
It does seem like something Peg would do. But I think I'm going to go Jerry on this.
Right,
yeah.
Final answer for Daphne is Jerry.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Jerry as well.
And Jerry.
I'm going to go Jeff on this one.
Okay. Will the person who was caught by game wardens while spotlighting deer and got sent to court for it make yourself known?
That would be me.
Oh, it was you?
So, now that you've told me I have a tell, I'm going to be an enigma.
That is 3 points for Daphne.
The story behind that is me and my boyfriend were out with one of my friends and her boyfriends, and he was actually spotlighting deer. We were in the car. But because we were in the car, we all got sighted.
Pretend I have no idea what spotlighting a deer means.
Spotlighting a deer means it's, near hunting season or during hunting season, and it's nighttime, and you're using your car lights. You think you see a deer, and you put it like you are spotlighting deer for illegal hunting, basically.
You use the word spotlighting to define
or
spotlighting.
Hunting.
So are you killing the deer, or...
You use No. The car's headlights were shining a light on the deer.
Okay, for a second there, I thought you were going to shoot the car headlights out.
For it to be shot.
Oh, okay.
For it to be shot.
To show where it is so that it can be shot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just going, well, I mean, I catch deer in my headlights all the time. Am I in trouble now?
Oh, straight to jail.
Believe it or not.
No, it's basically... He thought he saw a deer in someone's yard. He pulled into the house and turned the car like kind of off to the side to try to shine the lights on where he thought the deer was.
He pulled into the house, why not the driveway?
Seems unnecessary.
Oh, Jerry. So, yeah. And I didn't get charged with anything. It just was a very scary experience, and my parents were incredibly mad.
Well,
not at me.
You shouldn't have been spotlighting deer then.
I wasn't. I was just in the car, and he cited everybody, so... Yeah.
He cited all of you doing it with his eyes.
Exactly. I cite you.
Yeah.
I cite all of you right now.
I cite you doing it.
Yeah.
Something scents funny around here.
Oh my goodness.
This leaves a bad eat in my mouth.
All right. So, 3 points for Daphne for pulling that one off. Right. Next one. Who banged on someone else's hotel room door while sleepwalking? Any sleepwalkers?
I've never sleepwalked a day in my life, so...
And you would say that to deflect from
Correct.
yourself.
I would say that.
Sleepwalking, never heard of it. I don't know what that is.
For some reason, I think this could be Jeff or Jerry.
Yeah. For some reason, I think this could be Daphne or Jerry or Paige.
Oh,
really whittling it down now.
I don't think
You
it's
know
me,
what?
but it
I
could
think
be.
Deductive reason.
I might have been sleepwalking while I wrote this.
Yeah.
I am going to go with Jerry on this one.
Who do we know here travels a lot?
It's true.
It's good if you're in a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Daphne on this one.
All right. And Jeff?
I'm torn between Daphne and Jerry. I'm 99% sure it's one of them, not Paige, and not me. Pretty sure it's not me.
Pretty sure. I hope. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going Daphne.
All right, so wait. Jerry and Jeff went Daphne. Daphne went Jeff?
Jerry.
Is that right? Jerry. Okay. Well, the person who banged on someone else's hotel room door while sleepwalking, make yourself known.
Why is this all about me tonight?
Yeah.
I guess I should have been more clear because that might have thrown you off the track a little bit. This happened when I was a kid, and we were staying overnight in a hotel. My mom, my sister, me, some other friends.
This was after the brother had been killed, right?
No.
So your sister got replaced too?
No. So I sleepwalk. And when I go and stay in hotels or at friends' houses, I always lock the door of the room I'm in because I don't want to sleepwalk.
Makes sense.
And it will stop me from being able to get out of the room or whatever.
She hasn't figured out how to open doors yet.
Yeah.
No, I have. That's the problem. My sister and I were watching something on TV. I fell asleep. I got up and I left the room and walked down the hall and was banging on somebody else's hotel door. And my mom was coming up from the pool and noticed me doing it. And she did what you are not supposed to do. She woke me up. And I was incredibly disoriented. And so I was completely freaked out. And I have, I can see it vividly in my memory still now. being awake and not understanding what was going on. Especially as a kid, you definitely don't really get it. So yeah, that's my story.
And you're sticking to that one.
And I'm sticking to it. Yep, sleepwalking. So I do sleepwalk. I have only done it a couple of times because I started locking the door of whatever room I'm in to keep me from being able to get out. So.
Good.
Cool. All right. I think I wrote those down. So that was a point for Jeff, point for Jerry on that one. So we're at Daphne 5, Jeff 3, Jerry 4.
Close.
Now, so let's get to the next one. See, round 6. I'm trying to keep track of how many we do. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but
it matters so much.
We don't want to do it anymore. All right, next one. Who perfectly threw a broom through the front tire of a moving bike?
Oh, that's bad.
I mean, I would assume there's a person on it if it's moving, so that's murder. No.
That is not nice.
No, it's not nice.
It is not nice.
That seems
nice
like something that a boy would do. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It really does.
Where it's just like, act first, think never.
Yeah, Daphne. I don't know. Let's see. She's also the one who, if I remember correctly, invaded a basement that was under construction.
I remember that.
So her penchant for lawlessness is greatly established.
Her friend, I believe, was impaled with rebar, and then she just left her there to die. It was really tragic.
I did not.
That's the way I remember it.
Spotlight some beer.
That's the way I remember it.
Yeah.
Oh man. You guys are painting this picture of me like I'm not a good person. And
I mean, you got your brother killed. Let's not forget.
and replaced.
It is pretty intense.
I did not. Oh man, I'm gonna have to have Josh come on here just to
Josh or Josh 2.0?
It's my brother, Josh.
Oh my gosh!
I'll have him come on
version?
here. He would probably love it because I think he would laugh hysterically at all of your puns.
All right, so
I know.
Final guesses on this, I guess. Miss Daphne, what were you saying?
I'm gonna go with Jeff.
Makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense.
Jeff?
I am prone to trying to kill people when they're on bicycles. It's kind of, I have a penchant
Yes,
for
you
it,
are.
so I understand. It's coming back to haunt me now.
Yeah.
I think this is Jerry.
And Jerry.
I'm gonna say Daphne again.
Yeah, all right.
You think I'm that talented? Okay, I appreciate that vote of confidence, Jerry.
Will the person who perfectly threw a broom through the front tire of a moving bike let yourself be known?
Okay, so when at our store,
I love the okay so.
Alrighty, so it was my duty at part of my employment. I use the term employment in a family business very loosely. It's more like light indentured servitude because
in exchange for room and board, you will work here.
In exchange for room and board and food and education and all that stuff, which I will compliment, my mother, who is a saint, who had the patience to deal with me, who also paid for my my university education. So I am so thankful for that. So, but the neighborhood kids always had a penchant for really ridiculing me because I was like one of the more I was a heavy kid. But and we had this little short broom that was like with the little dustpan, like the metal dustpan, and the short broom, kind of like what you see in the movie theaters. And so this kid was like yelling at me on the way out, and he was yelling at me on the way back. So I flipped that broom in my hand, just chucked it like with a backhand. It almost did a spiral directly into his front wheel, and boom.
Nice. Fatality.
Yes. That kid never walked again.
And he never bothered me again. Exactly.
He went to a farm upstate with Daphne's brother.
Oh my god, you guys are still on this. I can't even. I can't. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I
so-
feel like they've done so many of mine that there can't be any left.
Yeah, possibly not. All right, we'll do at least a few more. How many left do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 6 or 7 left. We probably won't do all
Probably
of them,
not.
but we'll do a few more. All right.
You mean we'll do a few more so that Jeff or Jerry get to win?
Yes.
Is that
Correct.
what the process is?
Of course. Why
That's
not?
the plan.
Daphne has won too many times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know,
okay.
I'm glad you
now I
understand.
gotta go back and do a record of this now. So. And there's a lot of shows to pile through now.
Uh-huh.
All right, so this next one. Who turned in a sibling? Again with the siblings. What do you people have against your siblings? Or me. What do me people have against siblings? I don't know. Who turned in a siblings history paper to see what grade it would get?
Huh.
Wow.
Damn.
Interesting. I'm curious whether it was like one of those like
That is interesting.
like older sibling who'd taken the class before and turned it in a couple years later kind of thing to see like it did really well the first time.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, there's like a lot of different reasons somebody would do something like that.
Yeah. Because it'd be kind of weird if unless it was like you made your younger brother write it for you. I don't know. That's a weird.
Yeah. Or also, is it like, do you assume a teacher hates you, and so you're like, this is a good paper that got a good grade, so let me see if he grades it low just because it's like
Right.
a personal attack or something, or he or she does that?
That could be. That could be. That's really interesting.
And what was used was sibling, correct? Or was it brother?
Sibling. So it's sibling.
Okay.
Huh.
This could be either
Yeah.
or.
I'm torn.
I'm going to say
I think I'm going to go with Jerry.
I'm leaning towards Jerry as well.
I thought it also could be you, Jeff, because
Could be.
Could be.
I'm thinking Daphne.
these can't all be me, Jerry.
So let's get final answers.
Daphne.
Jerry.
I'm thinking Daphne.
All right, Daphne, final answer.
Jerry.
And
gosh.
Jeff.
Jerry.
All right. Will the person who turned in their siblings' history paper to see what grade it would get let themselves be known?
Why is this all about me?
I knew I should have changed my answer.
Point for
I knew I
Jerry.
should have changed it.
Oh, why do you think it's me, Jerry?
Because aren't your siblings close in age to you?
Yes. Well, no, my brother's 7 years, but my sister's only 3. And, okay, here's the situation. This was a paper my sister wrote in the 7th grade or 8th grade. And I was a junior in high school, so it had to have been 8th grade. And my mom was actually curious what grade it would get, so she let me turn it in. It was a paper on Frederick Douglass.
Like it was that good that it was like curious to see what
It got a 93.
Nice.
So,
Dang.
yeah, it got a
Mom's
really
looking
good
at it like,
score.
this is an 11th grade class paper. You should bump it up a little bit.
No, she was curious about it because my sister was incredibly intelligent for her age, and she was curious what it would get. And yeah, it got a 93. It was about
You didn't have to do any work, so that's
I didn't have
nice.
Did you
do
ever
it.
come clean about it? Or
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
teacher writes back, he's like, Daphne, this is good for once.
No.
Ooh.
I was also a good student.
Yeah.
I was also a good student. It didn't stand out as anything different from the norm.
I
for
should
me.
have changed my answer.
You should have, but
You did not.
you didn't.
All right. How many more do we want to do? That was 7. We could stop. I think we stopped
Yeah,
at 8
probably.
last time, or we can go for a cool 10.
Probably just one more.
What do we want to do?
Yeah, one
We
more
do
is good.
One more, because Daphne's got 5, Jerry's got 5, Jeff got 4. So
Could have a 3-way tie.
I don't know if only Jeff can get this one, then we can tie it up.
Unless
Otherwise,
it's
we might have to have
one
a
of
tiebreaker.
mine and I can get 3 points on it.
You could. So we'll see what we've got here. Who sent a war veteran on a racist tirade by playing Ace of Base? God.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
God. Why does my mind immediately go to Daphne again?
Uh,
A war veteran.
oh.
How dare you see the sign?
Like,
I
I feel like, you know what? I feel like I have to go with Jeff on this because, well, one, they can't all be mine. And
do have a history of, like, provoking war veterans.
Yeah.
you do. Yes, Jeff. Sure.
It's something that I do, you know?
Usually ones that are riding bikes. It's a problem.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so Daphne, is that final answer, Jeff?
Jeff.
All right, so Jeff, what is yours?
I'm thinking Pake.
Right, I thought you guys forgot about me. You're gonna throw my name back at
No,
you.
I didn't forget about you, and I
Jerry?
did not forget about Dre.
I'm thinking Jeff.
All right, that's 2 votes. Jeff, 1 vote me. Will the person who sent a war veteran on a racist tirade by playing Ace of Base let yourself be known? It's funny you said the sign because that's exactly what song it was.
Oh
It
my
was
God,
me.
it was you?
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
That
Okay.
is a three-way tie.
Damn
It is a 3-way
Yeah,
tie. We will
that
have
one
to
more.
have
Yeah.
a tiebreaker.
Oh my God.
But first, yeah, this story is great. Also kind of haunted house related. Because right down the street from the haunted house was a 24-hour diner that we would just take over from 1 a.m. when we got out of the haunt till the sun came up most of the time. We would just be there drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes and eating diner food until the sun came up. And so, yeah, we were just, so it's between, like 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. So just like the overnight crowd of post bar and party people and like then old people that get up there really early in the morning sometimes. And yeah, so we're sitting up there. It still got our like makeup and blood and stuff kind of smudged off. We clean a little bit of it. But there, which Touch Tunes has been a thing for a while. So there's like the jukeboxes in places. There's an app for your phone. You can go in and just punch in the songs you want and send it in. And so we're sitting out there, and then so we have the Touch Tunes thing. And it was like one of those funny things. Like, what if we played The Sign by Ace of Base like 3 times in a row and just watch people's reactions and see,
It's fun.
that
Always
song again.
fun.
Oh, there's that one again. So we're playing it, and I still don't understand. Later on, I was talking to another friend of mine about this, and apparently I think it was her ex-boyfriend's grandfather because she said she's heard the other side of this story. Which makes it funnier. But yeah, so we're sitting there, and like the third time that this song plays, there's just like another table kind of over there, and it's like this older gentleman with like the Vietnam hat or whatever, and he's got like 2 younger people like in their 20s, whatever, like his grandchildren, I assume, or something with him. And I don't know what it was. I honestly, there's a trigger in there somewhere. But I mean, he just stood up and was finally like, "That's fucking enough!" And he went off and he walked over and unplugged the jukebox. The classic thing.
Yes.
I mean, yanked the cord out of the wall, shut the thing off. That's enough of that shit. And then went on. There was a group of Hispanic young people sitting at the bar that had just gotten out of like another bar or whatever. So they're sitting there drinking their coffee and eating their waffles or whatever. And for some reason, he assumed because they were the people sitting closest to the jukebox that it was them that was playing the music. And then just went on to call them every horrible, terrible, racist slur that he could think of off the top of his head. And I was like, this man is about to get murdered in this diner because these people are about to. Luckily, all of them were super chill and cool about it. And they were like, he's drunk and he's old and he's angry. And like, none of them even like tried to pick a fight with him. They were like, oh, okay, like just go. And finally, like his like grandson or whatever got up and like escorted him out of the building, which I mean, maybe he's going through some stuff. Maybe the story's a little sad. I don't know. But like in that moment, we're just like, because we're sitting there like, wouldn't it be a funny thing? And then we did not realize we were going to cause
You were not
that
going to
level of
cause hate
mayhem.
crimes.
I know. I was like, what did we do? And then the waitress, the little old waitress. I mean, that classic diner waitress,
Flo,
sweet
right.
old lady. She knew it was us that was playing the music, and then she follows up. She's so sweet. She comes back and hands a $1 bill to us at the table. And goes, "There's your money back for the song," because he unplugged the jukebox. And my friend Joey, who's sitting with me, hands it back to her and goes, "No, that was worth it."
That was better than the
Oh
song.
my
Please,
God.
Yeah.
tell me that you played the song one more time.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you with certainty that we did. It feels like something we probably would have done, but I can't tell you for certain if we did. But yeah.
Okay, so I think this is the first time in the history of our podcast that this has been a three-way tie.
It's our very first three-way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting a look from Jerry. I'm not used to that.
Milestones. All right, so maybe this will be the tiebreaker. Who knows?
Might
Next.
have to go to elimination rounds here. So.
Right. Next round. Let's see. Who was so terrified of losing their tooth that they refused to eat for days?
Oh, man.
I can't imagine
Okay.
not eating.
Mm-mm.
Oh, boy. This doesn't immediately strike me. Like, there's nobody that jumps out to me is like... I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking it's Jerry.
So am I. But I also think it could be you, Jeff.
Could be.
Could be. Could be you, Daphne.
Could be.
Could
Nah.
be me.
Could be Pake again.
This one, this one
Was this when this person was a child, or like 2 weeks ago?
You know how we lose our baby teeth when we're in like our 40s and 50s.
Yes.
Fun fact, I lost my last baby tooth when I was about 38 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't want to come out.
So scared he refused to eat.
They wouldn't let me keep it. They wouldn't let me. I had to have it pulled. It got. I don't know what happened. It just got infected or whatever. And I wanted them to let me keep it so I could put it under my pillow. And they would not let me keep it.
Just to see.
Just to see if the tooth fairy would still show up. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. All right. Well, this could be the final round. So.
Okay, I'm thinking Daphne again.
Okay, Daphne is your final guess. Daphne, what is your final?
Jerry.
Okay.
And I'm going Jerry as well.
You go Jerry as well. All right. Will the person who I gotta find the who was so terrified of losing their tooth that they refused to eat for days, let yourself be known.
So it was almost Thanksgiving.
Damn it!
I knew it! And he just won!
Through
You
with 3
brat!
points. Nice.
Yes.
Taking it 8 to 5 to 5.
Alrighty.
Jeff. I should have gone with Jeff.
And,
Should've
I
gone
was
with
I was
Jeff.
totally, since it's Texas, I don't think it was a tooth thing in Texas. So,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
South, I don't
So yeah, I'm the oldest son. I don't have any older. I didn't have anybody around me who was really older than me. I knew that it was a thing. It's not like I had no clue what was going on, but I was just. It got very loose, and I would not let. My parents were like, "Look, we're just gonna pull it out. It's like it's hanging, basically. It's like not even like just loose. It's like dangling. Like when you breathe, it moves." And I was like, no, not pulling it. I would not let anybody anywhere near it. And it was like right before Thanksgiving, and I refused to eat anything at Thanksgiving because I was terrified that it was going to hurt. I was convinced that like unless it came out completely on its own, just like fell out, I was convinced that I could not do anything that would cause it to fall out.
Yeah. I get
That would just be too painful.
Yeah. And then you realize, like there's once you like grow up and you lose more and more of them, and you're like, oh, like sometimes it happens you don't even know it. Like,
Yeah.
Like I think I had like swishing water in my mouth in like the shower, and I was like, I'm there, and my tooth went out when I spit.
Yep.
Or I had the
that
classic
happen.
like biting into an apple and then like pulling it away and sticking into it, and it's like, oh, okay.
I did that with a caramel, where I knew, I had a loose tooth. It was one closer to the back, and it was like I had it on the other side, but I was doing something, it was whatever, I was reading or something like that, and at some point it just like, I moved it over to the other side and bit into it and felt this yank, and I was just like, oh, whoops. Pull out the caramel, there's a tooth embedded in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah, that was a fun game.
All right. I've still got, I think, like 4 left. So I was like, part of me, I was like, I'll tell you what the other ones were, and y'all can talk about them at some point. But, I might just hold on to them. Hold on to them. You'll have to send me more in the future, but we'll just hold on to them, and we'll move into the future.
Because I think there's like probably one of mine, maybe one of Jerry's, and 2 of yours, or something like that.
No, I think all of mine are done, because tonight we had them all. Because I only sent like 4, so...
Yeah.
We had them all tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll have to come up with some more.
I don't remember who won round 1 of that game, because, again, like you said, we kind of finished an episode, and then I just erased it from my brain. But Jeff is the winner of round 2 of Dirty Laundry here on Buffalo. So
yay!
With a great 3-way tie into a 3-point win. That's great.
Nice. That's a buzzer beater right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Pake, that was a great game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that I invented that, and definitely not drop out.
You know what's really great is that I feel like we're getting to know ridiculous things about each other.
Yes.
At the same time that our audience is getting to know ridiculous things about each other.
Listening. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even though we're doing this game and putting out a bunch of our stuff already right here on this podcast, just putting it into the ether, because I know these people are definitely listening. They're huge fans. But Sam Reich and Lily Dew and Grant O'Brien have us as guests on the next season of Dirty Laundry. Nobody knows who we are, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you like what you've heard, you can find us at buffalopodcast.com or on Facebook and Instagram at Buffalo Podcast. Until next time. Oh, there we go.
Until next time, there we go. It's Buffalo, yeah!
I'd like to dedicate this episode to the memory of Daphne's brother Josh.
Really?
Bye, son.